we go. Well, okay, first of all, thank you guys for jumping on. I know some of you guys just getting out of the field or just get off work, whatever the case is. We wanted to put this call together. I was talking to, actually, when I was at the CFG deal in California last week, we were just talking about different lead sources, different things that people are doing to have success out there in the field. And for those of you guys who don't know, the Alliance has lots of different lead sources. So they do direct mail, there's internet leads. There's mainly two sources of leads. I mean, there's either internet or there's direct mail. Internet is, they can produce a lot more. They're usually cheaper, but you got to dig a lot more. And Jerry's going to kind of talk about that. The direct mail are a lot more expensive because our company has to mail those. They're usually the best leads, but they're the most expensive. And so for myself personally, all I've ever worked is direct mail leads. I know Mark Hutchison, I know all he works is direct mail leads, but there's a lot of people in the Alliance that do a little bit of both. Like they'll mix in some internet leads because depending on where your county is, what you're doing, sometimes if you're in a county that can't handle a GMR, like there's not enough people that are over, like let's say you're doing final expense, there's not enough people in that county, they can only mail out a certain amount. So you'll have to supplement your direct mail leads with some other source. I mean, obviously you can do Warm Market, you can do, there's gazillions of lead sources out there. And there's ones that are absolute garbage and there's ones that are awesome. And so tonight, the purpose of the call is just letting you guys hear Jerry's story because he's already crushing it in the Alliance on the sales side. And Andy was telling me, Andy Riddle, one of the top business builders with the Alliance, he was telling me, I got a guy on my team who's absolutely just crushing it on these new LPT leads, issue paying $3,000 a week just on those alone, let alone, the direct mail leads and everything else he's doing. So I'm going to ask you some questions about all that, Jerry, but real quick, before we get started, can you just kind of share your background, what you used to do before the Alliance, when you got in and how you've been doing?
Yeah, man, absolutely. First, man, thank you for reaching out and getting me on here, man. It's been cool watching you guys come in and like kind of relight the fire in the Alliance. You guys come in, you brought a new spark, a good spark that I think everybody needed. They gave everybody the push to get back going like we should have been going already. So thank you guys for doing that. My name's Jerry. I'm here in right outside of Charleston, South Carolina, about 30 miles in a small town of Monk's Corner. And it sounds just like that. It was named after some monks. And, man, before doing this, I built houses. I was a construction worker, remodeling mostly. And about, what were you now, 22? So about 7 years ago, I'd hurt my back. Lifting up some 80-pound bags of concrete, and I just twisted the wrong way, hurt my back. I was out of work for a year, went back to work, and come home one day, and I was actually just taking chicken out of the oven, bro. Taking chicken out the oven, bent over to pull it out, threw me on the ground, locked up, that was it. I had done some Amway and stuff in the past, so I started looking for a new opportunity. And when I saw the videos Andy Riddle had sent me, I was like, man, the leadership part of this makes sense. But I see a way to actually make some money, not only by just building an organization, but you could also go out and get it yourself as well. So I got in, man, about 2017 or 18 is when I finally started going. I got Cassie, my wife, going. She got licensed, went to family reunion of 2018. After that, we put a plan together to work every weekend outside of our jobs. So we worked every weekend from August of 2018 up until, I think, in October. She was able to leave her job. We were making enough on the weekends for her to leave her job. And then by Christmas, I was out of mine. And we've been full-time with the Alliance ever since. Hadn't missed a trip and just steady moving on up, man, building and selling.
Nice, nice. So the when you started your business, did you start on direct mail leads? Do you do mortgage protection? Do you do final expense? What's kind of your bread and butter?
Yep. So when I got started, so we got a South Carolina license and a North Carolina. When we got started, we looked on the lead map. We didn't have a GMR right away. So we looked on the lead map, and wherever the leads were in those two states is where we went to work that week. So 1 week that might be here at home in Charleston. The next week we were up in Greenville with Hutch. The next week we were in Raleigh, North Carolina. Just wherever the leads were that week is where we went. So we traveled all over the place between South Carolina and North Carolina every single week.
So
all direct mail, all mortgage protection, strictly direct mail leads.
so like if they didn't have leads in your area, and I know, and again, we're newbies, so
Uh-oh. I don't know if it's you or me, but you're frozen.
or your state or whatever, you would go to like different counties, different states to work leads. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. That's correct. So
Wow.
we would go, it didn't matter where they were between those two states. You know, there were times, man, from here to Raleigh, North Carolina is 4 hours. There were times when I was getting going, I'd leave here at 5 a.m, go run appointments all day and drive back home and get back home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Just doing whatever we had to do to go to wherever the leads were and make it happen. So.
Wow. That's that's like the story you hear, like walked uphill both ways to school in the snow, and like
yeah.
I mean, it really was different back then. I mean, and I just think of like just doing the business now. Even
Right.
when we got in, Mark used to tell us, dude, I mean, there used to not be e-apps. You used to have to fax in every application. You wouldn't know if they were declined. They would, until a week later, 2 weeks later, there was no instant POS decision or none of that stuff. So like, it's way easier now than it ever has been. And then, I mean, just having different lead sources like this. So you're doing, and are you writing annuities as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. How much would you say you've done this year in annuity production?
I think it's about 300,000. So
300,000. Okay. So you mix that in with mortgage protection, final expense.
Yep.
Sounds good. And then what is year to date? What have you issue paid?
About 170.
170. Okay,
Yep.
sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So well on your way to, I mean, make a couple hundred that, whatever it is, a lot of money, right? So,
right. Yeah.
So absolutely killing it. And so I know you were telling me that you have 10 final expense direct mail leads coming in per week, right?
Correct.
And then how did you hear about the LPT leads, and why do you like them? Because I know you've tried Bang Bang leads. I know you've tried some of the different sources that people have talked about. And what do you like about these leads? And then I was going to see, are you on your computer where you can share your screen?
Yes.
And show us where to get them, what they look like, all that kind of stuff. And then we can go into some scripts and stuff like that, how you call them. Are you doing any in phone, any in person? We'll go to some of that stuff.
Cool, man.
But yeah, tell me and tell everybody what you like about them, how much you've been spending per week on them, and then what you've been making issue paying per week.
Cool. Yeah, man. So it's one of those things, where the whole company was stuck on direct mail until COVID. So when 2020 came, it was like, oh, crap, we need to figure something else out so that we can do phone sales from the house, because, nobody let us come over for the month of March, April, or May. It's like, nope, you're not coming here. I don't care if you're my cousin. You're not coming over. And so, thank God, thank God, Andy Albright was like, hey, we ain't backing down. We're gonna move forward. And he reached out. That's when Bang Bang came about. That's when we started looking at Leadrilla, Mail Pro, everything. And then once, speaking to Andy Riddle, he was like, hey, what do you need? And so I was like, well, my whole team has agreed they will come to my house and dial every day. So we bought a tent, like a pop-up tent, put it over my back patio, put tables out there. We had teams coming over out there, teams in the garage, living room, upstairs. And Andy just flooded us with leads, just thousands of dollars worth of leads, for both states, North Carolina and South Carolina, so that our income never backed down. So that was kind of how we started into the internet lead side. And at first we had some success, and then they just, I don't know, for whatever reason, like you said, some are good, some are trash.
Yep.
And we just didn't, it just didn't pan out. But now with these LPT ones, what happened was I got tired of, my GMR, even when it would fill, I still wasn't hitting the numbers I wanted to hit. But I didn't want to have to keep buying, A0s that fell onto the Oasis, onto the lead map at full GMR price to try to get 3 or 4 more leads. It cost me another $200. I'm like, oh man, it's got to be something different. So just going to the events, I started talking to Clay Murtis, Robbie Kraft, and I started hearing LPT. So I just started asking questions. What does that mean? What are those? How do you get them? And then after talking to him, Robbie was like, hey, I'm selling 2 or 3 a week, and I have 0 time to work on just my business like y'all do. I was like, all right, well, if he can do that, I'm sure I can bump that up a little bit. And so I just gave him a shot, man. And for what they are the best internet lead I have found yet. So
they're the best internet lead you found. And can you share your screen with us so you can take us to the website? Do we buy them through the ARC?
Okay, so yeah, so with that, you have to send a direct email to the lead team. And so, like, for me, I sent an email and I said, hey, Ashlyn, Maritza, Destiny, what LPT leads do you guys have in inventory in Berkeley County and Dorchester County, which is where my GMR is for my direct mail also. So they told me what they had there. I bought those, ran those, and then I said, hey, can you start me a GMR for 20 in those counties as well? So you can't physically go on and purchase them yourself. You have to get in touch with the lead team, and because they get them from a vendor.
So they get them from a vendor, and then what are they per lead?
So if they are 31 days or older, they're $5, no matter if it's final expense or life. The brand new leads, so real time up to 30 days, is $9. So,
and what have you worked both, and what do you like better?
Yeah, so I at first, all the ones I worked, so I did, they had nine in my county, so I paid $45 for 9 leads. I sold 2 of those for like 1,700 AP. So I was like, okay, that was worth it. So that's when I started and since then, I threw together my numbers for the last month for you real quick, right before we got on. And so I have gotten my LPT investment for the last 4 weeks, been $234. That got me 26 leads. I sold 9 of them for 10,400 AP.
Geez, that's crazy. So even if you, so 200 and something bucks in leads, 234, and you've paid 10,000.
10 grand. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's like 50 times your return. And again, you've been selling for, a few years. You have more sales skills than new people, but
Right.
are you, even if they did a third of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were any of those lay down sales like a new agent could go in there and was it just because Jerry's amazing, or was it like there was needs there?
Yeah. So they know it's for life insurance because the lead comes from them going on the internet and searching life insurance. So I asked them when I went in there, I was like, hey, where are you guys? How did you come across this? And I say, hey, our company likes to know where you found this. If it was on Facebook, were you searching on the internet? Like where was, because I wanted to know where it was coming from. And every one of them has said, no, I was just on searching for life insurance and the ad popped up. So the brand new ones, which is, they call them real-time leads. Try to find one real quick. So the lead itself goes into your Oasis, the same place your direct mail leads come. And I can screen share and show you one, but it comes to
show us what they look like. And then, yeah, we're going to get into some tactical stuff here soon.
Yeah. I'll pull them up, but my leads, click in. They also send a text message directly to your phone. So as soon as the person fills it out, you get a text message directly to your phone.
So when the client goes on the internet and fills out the lead, it texts you right away.
Right away. Yep.
And from what Robbie told me, he goes, because they're probably looking at multiple different sites and things like that, you want to call them as soon as they text you, like as soon as
100%.
Okay.
So all right,
and show us like maybe what one of those texts look like. Does it text you their address, their name? What is?
Yep. So I'll try to get this as close as I can for you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, a little bit higher. Okay, so it says, it gives you their beneficiary, their sibling, what they're looking for, 250,000. Okay, got it.
Yep, their address,
their name,
phone number, everything, and the lead.
And Jerry, do you print that out when you go to their house?
I print this out. Tell me when you can see that. Okay,
perfect.
So that's what the lead looks like that comes to your Oasis. The only thing the message to the phone doesn't have that the lead has is their date of birth.
Okay, so say that again.
The only thing that the lead has on it that doesn't come on your phone is their date of birth.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else is on your phone as well.
Okay. So it's basically everything that comes on a direct mail lead.
Yep.
And then they put their beneficiary information. So, okay. Have you, Nick just asked me, did you get 234 leads, or was it you spent 234 in leads?
$234.
$234. You didn't buy 234 leads. You spent $234. So you got 26 leads.
26.
And of the 26, you sold 9. That's
Correct.
crazy insane for internet leads. Have you and you're mainly selling these in person, right?
Right. Yep. I'm in person.
You're doing these in person. Okay. So it's basically like sounds good. Let me see what else. And show us, so in the home or over the phone. Yeah.
I've done,
Have you
I've
say that?
done, I think one of them I've done over the phone, but everybody else I've done person to person.
Awesome. And I'm a person to person guy. It's just better. You can get referrals. You can find safe money there. It's, you can replace bad policies. Most people are lazy and don't want to go to the home. That's
Right.
where the big money is. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
like, would you rather make 80K selling over the phone or get to, the big money, just getting into the home, because you're going to be their agent for all their products, let alone
Right.
just life insurance. So,
Yep.
and if you don't go to the home, some
Somebody
other
else.
agent will,
Yep.
and they'll replace your stuff. You know what I mean? So you want to be the one-stop shop for everybody. So a couple of the questions that we're getting is,
Okay.
as soon as you get the text to your phone, what is your script?
Oh, yeah, man. So
And if you want to role play with me, we can do that.
all right. And I actually have the LPT script. I'll send you as well. But it's very simple. So let's go. All right. So ring.
Hello?
Hey Mike.
Yes? Who is
Hey
this?
Mike. Hey Mike, this is Jerry Burbage. I'm with the state regulated insurance programs. I'm the one that's handling the request you sent over to us. I just need to verify a couple of things you sent in real quick. Looks like you put down for your beneficiary would be Acadia, and that's who you want to leave to get the benefits for this life insurance, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you got your address here at 123 Main Street, Charleston, South Carolina. Date of birth 10/15 of 81. Both of those correct?
Yep.
Okay, good, man. Hey, based on that information that you sent me, there are going to be some options that you do qualify for. I just need to get with you for about 15-20 minutes. Just go over a few options with you real quick, see which one's going to work best for you so we can make sure Acadia is taken care of.
And that's how you've been dialing them right there?
Yeah. And that if they do not if they don't pick up, I am leaving a message with these. I do not leave a message with my direct mails, but I leave a message with these, and it would say, "Hey, Mike, this is Jerry Burbage over here with the state regulated insurance programs. I got the request that you sent in to us. Hey, man, I'm about to send you a text also so that you'll know it's me. I'm gonna send you a text message. I need you to verify a couple of the things that you sent me that are going to be in that text message." And then I have a scripted text message that I send over, which is basically, it's just that information right there that they sent. So I just copy it, paste it, but above it, it'll say the same thing my voicemail just said. And at the bottom.
So let's do that one more time, just for the people that, okay. So if they don't answer the phone, or when you get them on the phone, when you're confirming the appointment, are you doing that, or that's for, like, when are you texting them?
If they do not answer.
If they do not answer.
If they don't answer, I'm texting them immediately.
If they don't, and you just say, "Hey, what's that? What are you texting them?" Just say, "Hey, call me immediately."
So I text, like I said, I copy the message that is sent to me in the lead. It has their information on it. And at the bottom of that, I put, "Are these correct?" Because all I'm trying to do is get them to answer back to me. Once they answer back to me, I know they got their phone in their hand.
Got it. And then when they, as soon as they, I do that too. As soon as people text, you call them because you know they're texting you. Yeah.
And then if they still don't answer, I'll book it through text, because most of these people you're going to get with these leads are between ages 20 and 45.
So these are the younger generation.
Yeah. I've also put 2 of them in class as well.
Oh, nice. So you've recruited a couple of them to do the business too.
Yep.
And these are people so these are mainly mortgage protection. They're not final expense ones.
Some of them are, some of them aren't. Like I've had 2 that were 60s, but most of them are going to be younger people yet. But a lot of them are just looking for a little bit of, insurance, term insurance, whatever. I found it's a lot of young people that have kids. So they're in their 20s and they already have kids. So they're looking for something that would help their kids if something happened to them.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's the market that you would want. You don't really have to understand a lot of underwriting because they're usually not on a ton of meds.
Right.
They're going to qualify for those term products. The term products pay the best. And plus you can, recruit some of them onto your team that might be open to an opportunity. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, so, are you getting okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is, I'll read it to you, but you can see I just copy what was sent to me. And above it, it would say, "Hey, Mike, this is Jerry Burbage in Monk's Corner. I work with the state regulated insurance programs, and I'll be the one handling your requests. I just need you to verify some info you sent over to me."
Okay.
And then it's copied. And then at the bottom, I say, "Are these correct?"
And then are people texting you back?
A lot of people are. Yeah. Sometimes it's yes. I've even gotten no. Hey, I've gotten no. Something's wrong on there. Call me.
You're like, you must have, damn, that's funny. So I'll have you text me that script when we get off.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not, and just to clarify this, because some people are like, when they hear about a new lead source, they're like, and I'm going to get to the Q&A. We've got a bunch of questions in the chat.
Okay.
Some people want to completely flip the coin and be like, oh my God, these are what they all work. A lead is just an opportunity to get you to talk to someone, right? So
Right.
It just so happens to be that these are a lot cheaper, so you can screw up a lot more and not feel bad. When you're sitting in front of a $32 or a $38, $45 direct mail lead and you don't sell them, it stinks. You know what I mean? When
Absolutely.
when it's a $9 one, you're like,
Yeah.
I could screw up the next 20 and I sell one and I still quadruple my money back. Right. So it's
Exactly.
just different mindset. All right, let's check out the chat here.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer that you need 30 leads a week to really, if this is what you're doing for a living, I always like to have 30. I don't care what they are. They can be $2 leads. They can be all direct, whatever they are. I always like to have 30 in my hands. Now, some of them will be left over from weeks before, but I always like to have 30 that I'm working every week.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst thing is not having enough leads. And then you've got that scarcity mentality and people can feel that. Like when you've got a ton of appointments booked that week, you really just don't care. Like you just go in there and you're like, I got a ton of appointments.
Yep.
But when you're like, man, I've only got 6 appointments booked for the whole week, like people just know and just they don't buy insurance like that. Like you're needy, you got commission breath. It's weird. It's
100%.
100%. When you're super busy and you're like, hey, I got to get to the next family. What can I help you? It's just a different thing, and so that's what these can help people do if they're spending, and one of the things, and I know this as well, one of the things when I first came in that they taught me, they said, it doesn't matter what the lead source is, 1,000 in leads will give you 10,000 in premium. So Andy, and I love the way that he put this to me. He goes, Mike, you don't want your people to be cheap with leads. They're going to have small bank accounts, because if someone's like, oh, my lead budget per week is $150, then that they're going to make about $700, $800, $900 that week. If their lead budget is $500 a week, they're going to make 3, 4, whatever thousand a week. Right. And then I've looked at, Andy showed me lead bills from like this person, all the top producers, like this guy's spending $1,200 a week. This guy's spending $1,500 a week. And some people are like, oh my God, they're spending, $48,000 a year on leads. Yeah, but they're pulling in $420.
Right.
And then they're writing off the 48. So they're number one, it's a tax write-off. Number two, they're building their book of business. They're getting so many clients. that money's going to come back to them later because they're going to write their kids, they're going to write annuities, they're going to write Medicare later. You're building your book of business. So that's with every lead.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say too. We did such a good job of that up front, like getting started, buying leads every week, buying, 300, 400, 200, 700, whatever we needed that week, we spent it, even if we didn't have to. Because we knew that we would work. Your lead bill is a week behind. So if you buy your leads on Monday, you got 2 weeks to work what you invested that Monday, because you don't have to pay that bill till the following Friday. So we knew, hey, we knew that we would work. So now, man, we get, like you were saying, from following the 4 basics, we've got, we sell a lot of referrals every week from, just like you said, from kids, from cousins, from, that we don't have to have as high a lead bill as we did. So it's crazy.
Yeah. And in the beginning, you got to make up in numbers what you lack in skill. And
100%.
I think I remember talking to Rachel. I know when Rachel's business exploded, she upped her lead amount. When Nick really started making, 15, 20,000 a month, he upped his lead bill up. I mean, up by significantly, quadrupled it. And it's like, most people won't spend the 500, to make the 5,000 a week. They just rather stay at 150 to 300 bucks a week. And they're going to be anywhere from 800 to 2,000 a week, which is fine. Right. If you want to live like that. But, scared money don't make money. And so what I like about these, from what you're telling me, is, man, you're having a ton of success and you haven't swung the pendulum one way. Like some people be like, I ain't working direct mail, let me just do these.
Right.
So you do both.
So, and that's good you brought that up, because like I said, I wrote down the same last month that I spent the $234 to write the 10,000 on the LPT, I invested $1,500 in direct mail for 34 leads, and I wrote 11,500. So I've submitted almost 22,000 this month off of 1,700.
You submitted 22,000 off 1,700 in leads. That's a hell of a return on your on your money. Even if you spent 3,000 to get 22,000, whatever, you know what I mean? So those are your clients. That's unbelievable, man. All right, the chat's blowing up here. Okay. Can we get a link to the script?
I'll send
can you copy?
Mike.
Okay. I'm going to post that in our team chat. And then, so basically we've got the script. Is there a video anywhere that people can go? Have you made a video of how you're doing this?
I have not yet. Robbie Kraft actually called me yesterday about doing that. So I'm going to try to do it here soon. Only thing is the President's Club that we did the other day, I think that's able to send out, but it'll be similar to this. I think this is probably better actually, because we've gone a little more depth. But Robbie we did talk about that yesterday.
Okay.
About so.
And I'm gonna send you the recording so you can share this with your guys' team and whoever else. But yeah, so if you'll text me that script, thank you so much for taking the time. This is unbelievable. So people they gotta email Ashlyn's still on leave. They gotta email Maritza, and they can get, based on if they're in a small town or a big town. Have you noticed, like with the LPT leads, they're only giving you a certain amount? Is it based on availability? Are they filling consistently? What's kind of your?
Yeah. So they'll tell you, like, hey, in this county, we can only do this many. Okay. But it's usually twice as many or more as direct mail can do. Okay. So if you're in a direct mail county that says they can do 8, you're probably going to be able to get 20 of these. which
Which
is
is good.
great. Yeah, oh, it's fantastic. I have a new agent in Mississippi, and there's zero direct mail. There's actually no leads at all in her county. And we're starting her GMR next week, and they're gonna be able to produce 25 there and 6 direct mails. So it's working out. It's gonna work out pretty hand in hand. Direct mail is still, where you find your safe money and stuff. With
Yeah.
these guys that are retiring and things like that. Like you said earlier, it's still the lead, but you got to, you're going to pay for it. But man, this is by far the best lead I've found to supplement on top of my GMR for sure.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, hey, issue paid already over 170,000 this year. Still got a little over 2 months left in the year. Man, am I going to see you in, are you going to be at the Fort Lauderdale thing this weekend or no?
I will not be in Fort Lauderdale, but I'll be in Biloxi and Houston.
Yeah, I'll see you in Houston. Then obviously we're going to be rolling into NatCon pretty hot.
Yep.
So, hey, brother, I appreciate this. I'm going to blast the recording over to you. And this is going to help our team out a lot because, for those of you guys who are building a team and bringing new people on, these can fill, correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry, but you can get on these and you can get them right away, right? Like the direct mail let's say I get my buddy Tim, he's like, I'm ready to start working leads. There's no leads in his county. We explain what a GMR is. They want to do 5 a week, 8 a week, whatever it is. It's going to take 4 or 5 weeks for that to come in. How fast do you get these leads after you get on the GMR?
I started getting mine within about 48 hours, I believe.
48 hours. So they're fast lead.
Yeah. The first thing you want to do is ask what inventory they have in your county. And whatever they have, buy it. That way, as soon as they start your GMR, you start getting the real-time brand new ones.
Real-time brand new ones.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
And
hey,
those are the ones that come directly to your phone.
Okay. And they'll be able to explain all that when you call Maritza. She'll be able to see all that.
Correct. Yep. You just say, hey, I'm in, whatever county you're in. How many LPT leads do you have in inventory? She'll look, she'll tell you, and she'll put, the cost right beside it, how much they are, if it says $9 beside it, just know that it's anywhere from 0 to 30 days old. If it says $5 beside it, it's 31 or more.
Yeah. And dude, here's what's crazy about this is Robbie's selling these over the phone because he works at corporate,
right?
Which is crazy. And obviously he's got this in person is way better. Obviously we all know that, but he told me, he goes, if they're $9 a lead, he goes, even if I sell 1 out of 10, if I spend 90 to make 500 or 600 all day long, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And you can write off the 90 and now you've got a new client, So
Yep.
Obviously you're getting better numbers than that, but he's been selling like 1 or 2 out of 10 and he's doing it from the office, not even.
And he's doing it as he can get to them.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of hats he wears. This is what we do.
Exactly. This is what we should be doing all day long.
Right.
So, dude, this has been super helpful. Anything we can ever do to help you guys with your team, hit me up, hit Nick up, hit any of us. We're super down. And dude, this has been awesome, Jerry. So have a great rest of your night. If you could text me over that script, I'm going to blast that in our chat, and then I'll send you over the recording as soon as we get it.
Good deal, man. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Let's do it. Let's kick some ass. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. See y'all in Dallas.
Yep.